people's first impressions when they meet you?
I think they think I'm quite nice, but quite a few times I have had that I give mixed signals from people thinking that like I'm quite rude because I just ignore them.
People's first impressions when they meet me is that I'm quite bubbly, outgoing person. So nobody ever guesses that I have hearing loss. They call it a hidden disability. So it's quite hard for people to know that people do have hearing loss unless it's obvious to them.
My name is Mambwe Sapasamano. I'm 26 and I was born deaf. I was born in Zambia. I came to UK when I was 3. I got diagnosed around 3. When I was 5, I got offered a cochlear implant operation. So as soon as I recovered, I started my speech therapy. So I never got to say mum or dad until I was like 6, 7.
I'm ELOSIE, 24 from Hertfordshire, and I wear a hearing aid in my left ear. When I was born, I failed my newborn hearing test and had 3 lots of grommets in both ears. But when I was 6 and it came to putting the left grommet in, they said that my eardrum was floppy and they couldn't put the grommet in. So I started wearing a hearing aid when I was 6. I do remember thinking that was a really fun thing, getting the little putty in your ear. I really liked my hearing aid. It was pink and sparkly.
My name's Sonia. I'm hearing impaired. I was diagnosed with early onset hearing loss in both ears and I wear hearing aids. Before I lost my hearing, life was pretty hectic. I've got a hectic job. I'd actually just gone through quite a lengthy divorce. The stress of my job and probably the stress of the divorce probably had an impact on me losing my hearing. I do recall what my diagnosis was like for me. It was a complete shock. I went to the audiologist for a routine hearing test and I was told that I had early onset hearing loss and that I needed to wear hearing aids. I had a choice whether I wore them or not, but I was told that if I didn't wear them, my hearing would deteriorate more rapidly. I looked at them as kind of like a prescription, really, something I had to wear to help me. I was told that I should only wear them for 2 hours a day, but because I wanted to get back into work quickly, I put them on all day, and what happened was I got really tired. I realised that my brain was retraining itself, even kind of touching my sleeve. I could hear the rustling straight to my ears. So it took about 3 to 4 months for my brain to retrain my ears to pick up the signals.
I used to be insecure about my hearing aid. It was an everyday thing, so it don't matter where I'm going, I'll still be embarrassed.
That was in the beginning of my diagnosis. I'd say the first 2 years, I was unlikely to tell people outside of my family or my team at work that I had hearing loss.
When I got my hearing aid when I was 18, I do remember picking the smallest one, the one that was least visible, the one that would blend in the most.
The hardest area of my life is being in a group settings or in a noisy place. If there's a background noise and it's loud, I won't be able to fully hear you. I would have to lip read. And in a group settings, if everyone's talking, then I'll just get lost in a conversation.
I would kind of have less conversations with people, kind of knowing that I'd have to repeat things a lot, or all jokes, I just wouldn't hear anything, so I'd just laugh less.
It affected my parents heavily when I was younger because it was a completely new thing to them.
Hello, my name is Mwanza Grace, Mrs. Chapishamano, and I'm hearing, and I'm Mambwe's mom. I think when you were young, we just noticed that, well, I didn't notice that there was anything wrong because you were my first child, and so I didn't really know what to look for. But an aunt of mine noticed that you were not speaking or you're not saying words, I think about age 1, 1.5, but Dad thought that was okay because he was a late speaker. You were not doing the same things as other young children. So we knew that there was something wrong, but we didn't know exactly what it was.
I'm Tyra. I am a hearing person and I am Sonia's daughter.
When I came home and I told you guys, you were like, oh God, yeah, we knew that something was wrong.
Yeah, because the TV was super loud. I think that's the first thing I noticed. I think you had just been diagnosed actually, and there was an accident literally outside of our house. Somebody had crashed into a garden wall and had an accident, and I literally felt the floor rumble. And I remember coming downstairs and I said, Mum, like somebody's had an accident and like a car crash outside, and you didn't acknowledge anything, like you were just busy working. And it wasn't until the ambulance came and the police came. Obviously now I know, the first thing you usually acknowledge is the lights. That's when I really realized like, yeah, there was a big change.
I'm Alice. I'm Amelia's sister, and I'm a hearing person. What emotion have you felt the most throughout your hearing loss journey?
Currently, like hopelessness, because I've had a fungal ear infection for like a really long time. It all started when I was like working on boats and my ear just got like a little bit too wet. So I can't really go swimming with my head underwater or like dive in or do like anything fun. So I have noticed it has like affected my balance quite a lot. I feel like I do always fall over.
How do I say this? There was a period where I felt really depressed and misunderstood and everything. It was dark times for me because of the school situation, being outside London.
So is this because you went to a mainstream school with a deaf unit rather than to the mainstream school?
Okay, obviously I'm deaf on paper, but I felt like I was boxed in with other kids that had more needs than me, and it didn't feel right. I was like, I can do more than this.
I didn't want people to think that I couldn't do my job. I didn't want people to think I wasn't fabulous. And it's only kind of in the last year, I think, this year when I decided to write my blog, that I've actually realised that I went through stages of grief, and that's why it took me so long to actually tell people what actually happened.
I think I was the same. I didn't share it immediately. I think it was something that was super hard for me to open up about. And I think as the years went on, I think I was just trying to get to grips with it myself. So I didn't really think anyone would understand. But I remember opening up about it at work to somebody who said that their child was experiencing hearing loss. And that was the first time that I think I really acknowledged that I wasn't being as open as I could. My friends are always so open and they always listen to me when I do talk about it. But it's my daily life, so I can't always tell them about things that happen every minute of every day. I'm not ashamed of it, it's just something that's hard at first, because I'm just getting to terms with it as well.
It's difficult, it's been difficult for me as well, and I know it's been difficult for all of you guys to take it on board as well, so it's a journey, and it's not all of me, it's just part of who I am now.
Maybe within our whole family there was like a period of getting used to the fact that this was, maybe accepting that this was part of who you were, maybe especially when we were growing up. It was also like our parents were learning about this.
Yeah, I guess also it's like the language used, it was always, especially when I was like, my hearing was something that needed to be fixed, along with like the surgeries, or like I was getting prayer to like fix my hearing because it was something that like was bad, that was like broken. As a hearing person, there's only so much you can understand, but I wouldn't really say that's like affected our relationship like at all. You've been like incredibly understanding and also very like aware of the fact that like you haven't experienced anything like similar. All my friends are completely accepting of it. Our younger sister Olivia, as one of her modules, did it on deafness and made a podcast on it. I know it's something that like she was very like proud to talk about and celebrate.
Amelia's hearing loss has brought us closer. It's given us something that we've been able to connect over. It's also brought a lot of maybe joy into our relationship.
Hearing loss has gifted me with a lot of information about hearing loss, learning about the deaf world, deaf community, and with Mambwe, it's given me a very close relationship with him.
This has just added more love and more emotion to everything. I love being a part of her journey, and I love all the things that I've been able to learn from being a part of her world.
I have accepted my hearing loss, but it's taken me 5 years to do that. It doesn't define me, but it has helped me to understand hearing loss and what it means to have hearing loss so that I better understand my disability.
I have accepted my hearing loss as it's always been a part of my life, so I've not really known my life without my hearing aid. I'm quite proud to say I have a disability.
I don't fully describe myself having a disability because I'm capable of doing things. It's like a superpower to me. Because I've got something that most people don't have, and so therefore I see things and I do things different to others.